The good thing about being old, of course, is you never know what time it is or what day of the week it is. I was asking Alexa, you know, the automatic system, a question about the weather, and she said it was going to freeze overnight. And I said, Alexa, you're dreaming. And she says, who are you to talk? You keep asking me what day of the week it is. It's a true story. I guess they reprogrammed Alexa. So thank you all for coming to our annual meeting and the presentation tonight. I'm Mike Chappell. I'm the president of Lakeville District Historical Society. As always, we start our meeting with land acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the former village of Lakeville, now part of the township of Selwyn, is situated on Treaty Michi-Sagi territory and within the traditionalist territories of the Michi-Sagi and Chippewa nations, collectively known as the Williams Tree First Nations. Lakeville District Historical Society respectfully acknowledges that the Williams Treaty's First Nations are the stewards and caretakers of these lands and waters, and they continue to maintain this responsibility to ensure their health and integrity for generations to come.
Could we possibly add more volume to that?
More volume?
Yeah.
Have these things, believe it or not, once a year. That's what I call annual. So as far as reporting back, I did have paper copies printed out. Everybody who's a member of the society will get an electronic version of this. Yes, Maureen, even you have to open your email to see it. So we've had 6 public meetings this year. We always have 6 public meetings. Maybe next year we'll try 7. Hard to say. 185 videos online under our YouTube channel, which is Lakeville Historical Society. That's 11 more than last year. Believe it or not, they've been viewed over 37,000 times. It's amazing. I guess it's easy for people to sit down when they're bored and watch movies, but anyway. Our most popular video last year was a home hardware fire, a very sad event in town, but 2,700 people watched it, and it's recorded for history. It's a sad part of our history, but at least it's recorded for the future. We have 2 online web pages, Lakeville War Vets, which we continue to add to people all the time, and our Facebook page, Friends of the Lakeville Historical Society, which is managed by Michael Barrett, who's hiding here somewhere. He's drinking again. He's at the back. Over the last year, I've published 12 historical columns in the Lakeville Herald. Some of you may have read them. And published a book this year called Stories by the Fire, which was published in April this year. We have also recognized that we have a broader responsibility in the community. We used to think in terms of Lakeville, because Lakeville was a village. That's what the society was originally formed. But we need to be beyond that. That's why handheld mic is a problem. You gotta hold your arm up. So we changed our name to Lakeville District Historical Society and expanded our boundaries. So now we're expanded from the eastern shore of Chemung to the Duro-Dummer Township, north to Burry Falls, and south to the city of Peterborough. So it's quite a large area compared to what it was. But all of the history here is interactive. It's very hard to look at Lakeville history without looking at Duro history even. It's not isolated by itself. We're also very honored this year to be nominated for Governor General's History Award from a member of the public for erecting the World War II monument. The winner has not been announced. I'm sure there are many candidates that are deserving, so we'll wait and see. We can be hopeful of it. There's our new boundaries. Jackie made a very professional looking map. Jackie, you like? And there's the book that I published, Stories by the Fire. It is available for sale here at the meeting. It's also available at Happenstance and Chichik Fromage and Trent Valley Archives, as well as Amazon. So moving forward, and I talk about this every year, we need a location. Fortunately, this year we were successful with the help of a local counselor who's in the room, and working with the Golden Years Club and the staff of Selwyn Township. We've got space in the basement of the Golden Years Club, which will help us start the digitization project. The digitization project means that everything we have that's a piece of paper or a film, we want to make a digital copy of it. Because we have visions like the home hardware fire, and in a moment, in an hour, in a day, this history can be gone. It may not be the original copy, but it will be preserved. We still strongly support the idea of a municipal heritage preservation center, and we're looking at the Lakeville train station, which is supposed to be up for sale this year. I have had zero success in getting a price on it. I know Maureen tried to help me out without success too. I suppose we will eventually find out, and if will of the future is there, we will acquire it and we will move forward. Now that's an expensive proposition. Buying the building and restoring it, looking at more than $1 million. And you know, that's more than you make in a year, Maureen. It's tough to have that kind of money. Our website for the has still had name staff from World War II. Progress has been slowed because I can't go to Heritage or any of the ancestry programs and get that information. It's still protected by the government. So as family members, if you have an ancestor who went to World War II or Korea and you want to see them on our website, you can request those historical documents, give them to us. We'll put your ancestor with pictures up on our website. It's not going to cost you anything. So we don't charge anything for the service, but we need your help to do it. I also want to acknowledge directors, and specifically, I have to sadly not acknowledge that we lost Sarah Foster Reed very recently. Sarah, who many of you who knew as Sally, was a longtime board member for the Lakeville Historical Society. She had a keen interest in history and a passion for collecting. Anytime we had a display, I'd say we're looking for china from 1920, she'd come with a box and fill the room. She had newspapers from when they first published the Lakeville newspaper back in the 1930s. She had all of this information. She was the kind of person who remembered stories and told them to us. One of the favorite things that she told me was about going to the United Church. And apparently the United Church, at least once a month, they used to have a horse come. And the horse would come up the stairs, and you know the way the United Church is. It would win the door, around the corner, and up in front of the altar with somebody riding on its back. And the kids all loved this. This was a thing that they really increased your attendance on the day the horse came. I'm assuming the horse was wearing diapers of some sort. I wondered the same thing. I wanted to record that with her recollection. Unfortunately, just like so many things, it slipped away before I actually got around to doing it. So if anyone else remembers the horse personally, let me know and I'll record your observations. Yep, there's one at the back. Oh, very likely. I don't know. I went to the Anglican church, so we didn't do things like that. We were there to pray and get serious. And so, Sally is, or Sarah has only recently passed. So, for those of you who are wondering, the service for her will be Friday, July the 10th at Hendren's Funeral Homes from 2 to 4 p.m. And there will also be a funeral service held at the Lakefield United Church on Saturday, July the 11th, followed by a reception here at the Canadian Legion, Branch 77. So I hope that those of you who knew Sally or respect her history can find the time to go out and give her our last respects for somebody who was really a pillar in the community in many, many ways. I also want to thank Laura Pierce for her service on the board. She was on our board last year. She's decided that she has family issues that she has to deal with, so she resigned from our board this year. And I'd like to thank her for the input that she provided when she was on our board. So now the nuts and bolts of the annual meeting, the treasurer's report. I'm going to ask my wife, who is the treasurer, to come forward and explain.
I know the print's pretty small, so I'll read it. Summary, our income as of May 19th this year, $5,135.07. Expenses, $7,052.41. balance as of June 2025, $9,058.72. The income was the opening statement from last year. So right now, I think I already said it, $7,103.18, May 19th. Our GICs are $30,263.31. Of that donations last year, we had 1,060. Membership 845. Purchase of sale of book, Stories by the Fire. The printing cost for 100 books was $2,118.75. Sales to date, $2,385 with a profit of $266.75. We have approximately 25 books with a potential 900 profit still to come. The current balance reflects a lower cash on hand because I transferred it to the GICs. Because if I left it in the main bank account, we got a penny a month. So that was a better place for the money to sit. We set up the square at the end of April. It's helped by an additional $275. So to give you a snapshot, which isn't here, last year we had cash on hand of $2,269. We had GICs of $24,652. This year, cash $7,103 and GICs $30,263. So overall, we are up a substantial amount of money. We're in a good position to move ahead to get grants if we need, because we've got the cash available.
Any questions for the treasurer? Any no questions? I need a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I move that the treasurer's report be presented, be approved and accepted, and that the organization raise and inquiry for an external audit for the current fiscal year ending May 31st, 2026.
Thank you, Nancy. And do I have a seconder? Oh, Maureen's put her hand up. Beat you to it. All right, Maureen has seconded that. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. So before we go to the slate of directors, I do need a motion to approve the actions of the board of directors for the past year. Okay. Moved by Gail. All right, seconded by?
I move that the actions of the board of directors as presented be approved, ratified, and confirmed for the calendar year 2025.
All right, so if you want to move and Gail second, it's fine with me. Is that okay?
That would be fine with these.
All right, all in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried. So slate of directors this year, the current board members are listed. Tanya Bailey, who of course is the owner of Cheesy Fromage and probably the best person to make cabbage rolls among us, among other things. Michael Barrett, who has energy to himself and he is now running for council, so now to be successful, who knows what he'll do. Myself, Michael Chappell, my long-suffering wife Diane, who's been treasurer, and Corey Curry, who's been our secretary for this year and many years actually. And Corey, if you know or not, she worked for Home Hardware, so her job literally burned down around her, and she didn't run for the hill. She continued working with us and trying to put together Home Hardware's business under very, very difficult circumstances. And finally, Jackie, we're not too sure what she does, but she knows a lot about the Kentucky side of Lakefield. So I do get information from her all the time. And then finally we have Linda Levy. She's put in a very short bio of herself. She's been working with us on the membership. That's how she got involved with it. And we were so impressed with the way she handled that we asked her if she'd be on the board. And she quite happily put her name forward. So those are the members of the association that we're putting forward for membership on the board this year. We can have more if anyone feels that they want to be on the board. I don't want to entertain it at this moment, but please see me afterwards, and we can always talk about opportunities that are available, or if you want to help in some other way. So any discussion on those names put forward? Seeing none, I need a motion to accept the Board of Directors slate.
Already, I move that the proposed slate of directors as provided to the membership be approved and elected for the ensuing term.
Okay, Marina's motioned. And a seconder? Nancy seconded. All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Motion to adjourn usually is very quick. I think John Boyko said that already, so let's move on. Let's move on quickly to our presentation, which I know is what you really came